The equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex.
That right there is a fundamental right that doesn't really say a whole lot of anything that anybody could refute, I wouldn't think.
That's interesting.
You know,
I think that's one of the things.
The actual law I had never seen though. Wow.
Yeah, that's it, 23 words.
And that's what the big fuss is about, huh?
That's right.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you support the Equal Rights Amendment?
Yes, I do.
And why?
Because we need freedom. The women need freedom.
Do you support the Equal Rights Amendment?
Yes,
Okay, and why?
because I think it's a thing that's long past due. Okay, I just think that, you know, the thing that people say about there's no such thing as a guy that's equal until women are equal.
Agreed. Do you know what the Equal Rights Amendment says?
Not specifically, no.
Okay, here, let me read it to you, and maybe
Okay.
that'll help you out a little bit. Equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. At this point, the ERA, as simple as it seems, does not seem like it's going to pass. Why do you think that it's failed to get the support it needs to pass?
I don't think most people really understand it. Okay, I just really don't think they do. Right now, we have a lot of people that are discriminating against people that are bi or that are regular or whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's the kind of job that you do.
Yeah.
If you're a good telephone worker, then you should get equal pay with anybody else, or a good truck driver. Anything. It doesn't matter about your sex. It matters about what kind of job you do.
Agreed.
And that's it. That's all I have to say.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, the question we'd like to ask you is, do you support the Equal Rights Amendment?
I certainly do.
You do. Can you
Yes.
tell us why?
Well, I can't see that a woman should be treated any differently than a man as far as, for instance, salaries. Okay, there are. Well, it depends on the individual as far as the capability to do a job. Obviously, there are some women that can't lift 400 pounds, and there are some men that can. But as long as you stay within the capabilities of those individuals, well, why not pay them the same thing?
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate your opinion.
At this point, the ERA doesn't look as though it's going to pass. Why do you think it failed to gain the support it needed?
I think it failed basically because of the military, that point of view, that women would be drafted.
Do you think that hurt it too?
And I think that chiefly hurt it a lot.
Okay, that's great. Anything else you would like to comment on it?
No, I just think that it would be a healthier society if all things were equal.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. You support the Equal Rights Amendment?
I sure do.
Okay, and why?
Why? Because I think it's, I think it will equal rights for men and women. I think it will just make the whole socio-economic situation better for both men and women. I think one of the things is equal work for equal pay. And I think that's very important, especially today when you have a lot of women who have to support themselves and a family.
Yes. Well, why do you think the ERA has not gotten enough support to pass? Why do you think it's failing at this moment?
I can only think it's ignorance. I really can't think it's anything else. And I think people who are not voting for it are people who haven't read it.
Why do you think it failed to get support?
Because they're not aware of the meaning of it. And it should be explained more thoroughly to people. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, basically that's it, yeah. And it covers a whole spectrum of things, though.
Right.
You know,
It
both
means a lot. It does.
legal and economic.
It only seems fair, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it's well, it's not just being fair. I think it's the intelligent way to be. But I don't know why people don't realize that's all there is to it. They give all kinds of connotations to it, which are not true.
Yeah.
Do you support the Equal Rights Amendment?
No.
You don't?
No.
All right. Now, I would like to ask you, would you support a piece of legislation that read this way? Equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex.
I would sign that, yeah.
You would. Well, do you know that is the Equal Rights Amendment?
No, I don't think it is.
Well, I think a lot of women are quite indifferent and perhaps are intimidated by the men. and perhaps by their very own husbands, because if they asserted themselves, they might get into trouble. So the easiest way out is probably to stay mum.
Good.
Perhaps, I don't know.
Right.
For my own mind, I would speak it out.
Good.
Because I think people who speak their minds have a chance to distribute information to others who might learn.
Correct. Seems to be losing at this point. What do you think the reason is?
Must be dying of lack of interest. People just don't care.
Sort of an apathy problem, maybe?
Definitely. People like me who don't read the papers anymore. I just can't seem to get too involved politically, or, you know, I'm having a great loss and lack of interest these days.
Why do you think that it failed to get the support it needed?
Bunch of dummies in Congress, in each individual state Congress. You're going to have to get after them and turn them around. Why are you waiting for it? That should have been passed years and years ago. It should have been accepted, but obviously women are being denied the rights. Don't you agree with that?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. And that's why that we need that legislation for the equality of women. I believe in that.
Great.
Don't you?
Yes.
Yes. We need them.
Well, thank you very much.
All right.